بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ثم أما بعد السلام عليكم Husna. Last time I had class with you, I talked to you about passives. I hope you remember. And we talked about how, kataba, which means he wrote, or darrasa, which means he taught, could be turned passive. How would you do that? Do you remember? So how would you? Kutiba, it was written, and darrasa would become? Durrisa. That would be the passive version, right? Okay. So today our goal is a little bit similar. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it for the present tense, okay? And once we're done with that, then we have to kind of get a little bit more advanced in what we have to do. So let's see if we can pull that off. So you have yaktubu. Let me make the font a little better. Okay, yaktubu. And you have yudarrisu. Just as examples. I think they're good examples. Yudarrisu. Okay? Now the two sounds that take over a past tense are u and e. Right? But if you want to make yaktubu, which means he writes, and yudarrisu, which means he teaches, right? If you want to make that passive, then the thing to do is to actually have the word get taken over by two other sounds, and those are u and a. Okay. Those two sounds are u and a instead of being u and e. So, and of course the last letter of a present tense is the normal ending, and it could be the light ending, and it could be the lightest ending. So that's off limits. I don't care about the last letter. I'm talking about the rest of the word. So if you try to do that, u and a, yaktubu would then become what? What do you yaktubu would be what? Think it before you try to answer. That's correct. Yuktabu means it's being written. Okay. U and a. So past tense likes what two sounds? U and? No? Past tense.
Past tense. U and e.
U and e. And present tense? U and? A. So what's yudarrisu?
Yudarrisu.
Well, the a is already there. Yudarrisu should be? What's the only part that's not a here?
The ra?
Yeah, so change it.
So, yudarrisu.
Simple. Yudarrasu. Okay? Now, let's try to let's make this a little bit harder, okay? If I say istamala, that's a past tense. Istamala is a past tense, means he used. How do I make this passive he's being used, or it was used? What two sounds take over a past tense?
U and a?
No, not u and a.
E.
U and e. Now listen. In a past tense, sometimes you have multiple harakas. You have e, and of course the last letter we don't count.
Yeah.
So you have, should you change this e to u? Yes. Well, what should you do with this ta and then this ma? I mean, what are you supposed to do? Because you only learned that two sounds take over, u and e. But you have more than two places to change sounds. So what are you supposed to do? Well, the idea is, of course, first to remember that the last letter is not going to be messed around with. You're going to leave the last letter alone, right?
Okay. And
then, just make sure that the second last letter, this one, is e. Okay? And the rest should all be u. So, istamala becomes? Usturmi. Yeah, he was used. Or it was used. Okay. Now the way to do that, once again, as many u's as you need, but you at least need one e.
Okay.
So multiple u's and one e. That happens in the past tense. So let me try another one. If I said ta'allama, what letters off limits?
Me.
Okay, so the last letter is going to be ma no matter what anyway. How do we change the rest of it to make it passive?
Tu'allima.
You're almost right. You put one u and one e. But I said you can have as many u's as necessary and just have one e. So one more letter should have been changed. You're not looking at the screen and stuff.
Okay. To.
The li is correct. The tu in the beginning is correct.
Okay.
Something's off.
Turelina.
Should you have multiple u's or multiple e's?
Multiple e's. Oh wait, multiple u's.
So?
Oh, turelina.
Tu'ullima.
Okay.
Let's try a few more. Istakhdama. To utilize. Go ahead.
Okay.
Make it passive.
Us.
Good.
Wait. Us. Us. Dach. No. Us. Der.
Ustikh.
Dima.
Dima is still wrong.
No.
How many u's did I say you should have?
Ustukhdima.
Do I have to say it every time? You're not going to remember until I keep saying it every time? Is that that's going to happen here?
No.
Is that what's the situation?
No.
Let's try.
Tadakkaru.
What part is off limits?
The wow.
Sure. What else?
Uh,
What does tadakkaru mean? Who remembered? There's a past tense. Who remembered?
Wait. They? No.
Yes. What happened to you?
They?
Huwa tadakkara huma.
Watadakkarani.
No, it's not what's wrong with you.
Wait.
Past tense. Huwa tadakkara.
Watadakkara.
Uh-huh.
Huma tadakkara. Hum tadakkaru.
What happened, girl?
Hello.
Oh, I know the solution.
No.
Just one punch in the stomach
No.
and it'll all come back.
No.
Your brain cells have
I
melted.
just ate.
And yeah, so that's why you'll just throw up a little bit, and then after that, it'll all be better. Because you're not really
please.
concentrating, you're looking around and stuff, so
Thank
let's,
you.
hold on, let me just one little punch in the, ah! So much better. Tadakkaru, they remembered.
Okay.
How do I say they were remembered? What letter's off limits? What's the real last letter here? Stop.
Heather?
Really? It's the real last
Wait.
letter?
Ra.
Yeah. So change the rest.
Okay.
This is so painful today. Oh my god.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
That.
Okay, we're going to do that again. That's fine.
No. Do the.
No, it's okay. Let's just keep going
Do
around.
the kilo.
Tudakiru?
Do the kilo.
Tudakiru. I have to remind you again though.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. You said tudakiru, and then I said, oh, we're going to do that. And he said, oh. I killed. Qataltu. I was killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could you say I was killed?
Figurative. Go ahead. Come on. Hurry up. Qutultu?
No.
How many? You need an U and you at least need one what?
E.
Where's the E? Please show me in your qutultu where the E is.
Qutultu?
Please show me.
Qutultu?
Yes, Husna. Qutiltu.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to try a few more because you're doing so awesome.
Ugh. Okay.
We're gonna try. Oh, I don't know. Let's say. Okay, let's try this. Ifta'ala.
Ifta'ala.
Started passive.
Of.
Of.
Of Turila.
Thank you. Oh my God! Without any help. Oh, let me kiss your head. Let me kiss your. Oh, congratulations. Mwah! Ah. Now you have spit in your hair. Wonderful.
Ew.
Wonderful.
Oh, I feel it.
Now, استغفر.
Very funny. Us.
Us.
The.
Really?
Zero.
You're right. Okay, very good. Now, this is to remind you that you can use multiple oo's and at least one e when you make something passive in the past tense.
Okay.
Oo's and e. Oo's and e. Okay, in the past tense. What were the two sounds for the present tense?
U and a.
U and a. Now look. Listen to me before you convert it. The two sounds that a present tense needs are U and a. It needs what two sounds again?
U and a.
Okay. It needs one U, always just one U, and as many a's as you want. Just don't have anything else there. Okay?
Okay.
So in past tense you have lots of U's and one E. Remember that?
Yeah.
Lots of U's if necessary and one E. In present tense you have one U and lots of A's if you need to.
Okay.
Keeping that in mind, what part of this word am I not going to change anyway?
Raw?
Raw onwards.
Huh?
Raw and onwards I'm not going to mess with.
Okay.
How do I convert the rest of it to passive? They're being remembered.
You.
Yes?
يتذكرون.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all you have to do. How about this?
Okay. يستغفر.
That's correct. I think you got it. I think. I'm not so sure. Let's try.
يسمع.
What's the passive version of يسمع?
يسمع.
Thank you! Oh.
What?
One last one to see if you got it. يستمع means listening carefully. He listens carefully.
Yes.
Is he being listened to carefully?
يستمع.
Oh, ha, 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 oh, ha. Yes, correct.
Yes.
يستمع. Good.
Okay.
So the passive for the past tense is what two sounds?
Passive for past tense. U and E.
MashaAllah, you answered that within this, before the next election. That's very good. And the passive for present tense is what?
U and A.
Oh, that's a lot better.
What?
Very good.
Once I remember one, I can remember the other.
Okay, so now you're going to tell me what you learned in order.
Okay. So.
Elephants have big ears.
They do.
Can you come there and do another stomach?
No, thank you.
Pull a tooth? Stab a nose?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so for past tense,
Uh-huh.
U and E.
What does that mean? Past tense, U and E. That's not even English.
Okay, so to convert it to passive, you need to change the beginning to U, and the last letter you can't change. The second last letter becomes E.
Uh-huh. And which of these can you have multiples of? You can have multiple U's or multiple E's?
U.
Okay. I like it a little bit. Go on.
Okay.
What else did you learn, Husna?
Present tense. The sounds are U and A. You can have one U and multiple A's.
Okay. What's the definition of passive?
Like.
It's like, it's like...
You know what the doer is? No, you don't know what the doer is.
You don't know who the doer is. Chicken head?
Yeah.
You don't know who the doer is.
Said that.
You said that after I had a heart attack. Come on, man.
Okay.
Okay, last thing today, and hopefully you can redeem yourself. Otherwise, I don't know. We're gonna have to put you in the backyard tonight for sleep.
But that snake thingy there. Then I
Yeah.
get to see it. You have to give me a flashlight. I have to find it out. What that thing is.
Yeah, you'll find out tonight because you're gonna, get to know it really well. Okay, last bit. If I say to you, anzala, which is past tense, and yunzilu is the present tense, okay? You can convert anzala to passive and then yunzilu to passive, and you can be done.
Okay, and is past tense, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Anytime this year.
Unzila.
Okay.
Okay.
Yunzilu.
Yunzilu.
Before I retire.
Yunzalu.
Oh, I love it so much when you give the right answer. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. These are pats of appreciation. Oh, it's so good, baby. You did a good job. Very good. Anzala becomes unzila. Yunzilu becomes yunzalu. Yunzalu. That's passive. That's all I wanted to get across to you in this session. I know it was painfully long and it was like a root canal, but inshallah from here on out your sessions will be a little smoother. I'd like to see a little more energy from you, and if that means I have to, hang you upside down for a couple of minutes to get your blood flowing, we'll try to do that. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم.